I always feel like somebody's watching me. Hey there, guys, what is happening? My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means I help you feel better and perform better. Today, I want to talk to you guys about a Sanskrit word, Dharana, which means access concentration or single pointed focus. You want energy, attention, focus, relaxation, enjoyment all in one spot. So dharana is translated as a collection or concentration of the mind joined with the retention of breath. This is from the 8 limbs. This is the 6th of 8 limbs from Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga or Raja Yoga and the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Essentially, this is the precursor to dhyana, which is meditation. And essentially, it's getting rid of that monkey mind. Monkey mind because, sometimes the mind is like a monkey going from branch to branch, this way, that way, this way, that way. In the Western way of thinking about meditation, you'll notice like Rene Descartes or Marcus Aurelius, they all use meditation, which means thinking or reflecting about something. Meditation's on this. However, the yogis looks at this very differently. The mind is like a pendulum, okay? This is your mind, okay? So your mind is like a pendulum and it's swinging between past and future. Past, future, past, future, past, future, past, future. Memory, desire. Memory, desire, memory, desire. So it's your job to access your concentration so that you can come back to the presence, the present moment, the now. To a yogi, the past is just a library, right? It's just a reference of different things. So the future is something that you plan for, but we don't get attached to the planning as yogis. So if you look at, let's say a magnifying glass, right? The magnifying glass is your intent, it's your sound or your object, it could be a visualization, it could be a diagram, which is like a yantra, it could be a mantra or mind instrument, right? Affirmation that you repeat over and over again. It could be a concept, like a virtuous concept like peace or love or divinity or harmony. Any concentration point that you choose, okay? It could be a candle flame. The sun's rays is the breath. Deshabandha Chitta Dharana, which means to spot the mind in a particular spot. Dharana comes from dharati, the earth, to ground, to hold steady. The holding, though, is gentle. It's effortless. Okay? It's not like a holding, it's not like you're constipated, right? What's the opposite of distraction? It's traction. Distraction pulls you away from your intent. Traction pulls you towards your intent. My business coach, Joe Nicasio, he's told me this great analogy, which helped me to actually construct this flow coaching business. He uses the analogy of this light bulb. Okay, so are you a light bulb or are you a laser beam? Okay, so there's the same light in a light bulb that's in a laser beam. One is more concentrated through a focus. The laser beam can cut through things. It's a very strong mind. However, the weak mind is like the light bulb. It's scattered. It's dissipated. So it's weak or bored. The boredom is actually wandering mind. You're not enjoying anything. A strong mind, through concentration, which leads to meditation, can actually be like Adderall, right? It can get you to focus on things. You might not be lazy. You might not lack willpower. You might just lack focus. You can do this by staring at a single point or any of those things that I mentioned. It could be a visualization, it could be a dot in the room, slightly above eye level. The mind goes where the eyes goes, and this is what we call drishti. Drishti is focused gaze, okay? So an internal drishti, which is what we focus on internally. So sometimes the drishti could be up to your third eye, right? Your ajna. External drishti could be you looking at an object, you looking at a candle flame very far away. You can look at a calming picture of somewhere where you want to go on vacation. You can look at like something like that, right? Whatever it is that you choose to focus on, make that your intention, make that your focus. You can even say one word over and over again, or one affirmation while chanting. You can use beads, such as this, right? So it's attuning your mind. Can you think about the same thing for a long period of time? Kind of firmness, steadfastness, certainty. The way that I want you to think of dharana is intermittent. The analogy I want to give you is like successive drops of water. When the flow becomes continuous and uninterrupted, like honey being poured from a pot, right? When you're no more in this chattering monkey mind, but you're just like this feedback loop from A to B, back to A to B, breath, inhale, exhale, So this is like beautiful feedback loop. The flow state can come from mastery. So each vinyasa, each step, each swing, each note is practiced thousands of times until you can get there, until you can achieve that level of mastery where it happens naturally. Samatha is a Buddhist term which is often translated to tranquility of the mind or mind calmness. So it's a non-dualistic state of consciousness. The subject becomes one with the observing object. Paramahansa Yogananda talks about samadhi. The samadhi is a blissful superconsciousness state which yogi perceives as the identity of the individualized soul and cosmic spirit. First of all, you have concentration or dharana, which is doing. Meditation is dhanya, which is becoming. And samadhi is the experience of being.
You're going from doing to being.
And that's the journey. You become what you think you will become. Yoga is the reduction of the fluctuations of the mind. This is the flow state, right? Transient hypofrontality, meaning that your prefrontal cortex temporarily slows down. When you have a centered position with open access to both mind and body, you're in this practice of dharana, or you could even call it a state of non-fidgeting. Daniel Goleman, in the book Focus, The Hidden Driver of Excellence. So he talks about 3 types of focus. First is an inward focus, self-awareness, management of the internal world, emotional regulation. Then we have focus on others. What is that focus on others? That's that empathy. That is that collaboration. That's a positive influence on others. Then we have the outward focus. So focusing on the wider world and the forces that shape it, the innovative technology, organization, and social dynamics. And once you can train your concentration, you can actually get your mind to go where it wants to, and you can stay on task. Let's say you're in a movie theater. You're trying to focus engagement, right? Focusing on watching the movie. Now some annoying person in the hall is taking a phone call, right? Yeah, I'm just watching this movie. And they're like speaking louder than the movie itself. And everyone in the hall is like, shh.
Shut up. What are you doing?
We get annoyed. Why? Because disengagement is annoying. It gets us to be bored again. Engagement is enjoyable. We enjoy the movie when we're captivated by it, when we can't take our eyes off of it. But when we get distracted by someone in the audience, or you've even heard this in airplanes, where you're trying to get a nap, you're trying to go to sleep, it's a blissful state, and then it's like this kid, it's like crying his or her head off next to you. Immediately, you feel that sense of a wandering mind now. I hope this video helped you out today. Have an incredible day wherever it is you're tuning in from. Share this with a friend. Have an amazing day. May the flow be with you and stay light.